Hello again, it's your friendly neighborhood host, JT Wheatley, back for another episode of The Classics. This time we'll be continuing with our theme of The Tick, going from the original comic book now to its first foray in adaptations with the classic 1994-1997 Tick the Animated Series, which appeared on Fox Saturday morning cartoons from that time, from 1994 to 1997, for 3 seasons and 36 episodes. This is a brilliant adaptation of the Tick and what it represented as a satire of comic books and superhero genre in general. And as Ben Edlund states, every adaptation and iteration of the Tick is meant to satirize what's going on in comic books and superheroes at that time. And with the Tick, this time it's a satirization of the current state of comic book cartoons like the Batman the Animated Series and X-Men, most notably with one of the characters, Die Flabbermaus, who is basically a satire of Batman from the Animated Series, though he's more shallow and produces a pick fights over actually being a true hero. And of course, being a cartoon, they kind of die down his origin a bit more. This time the Tick, while still pretty much the same character, just a complete imbecile, though nigh invulnerable, he goes to take a superhero test to decide what city he gets assigned to, manages to pass it, and then he gets out sent off to the city where, of course, he meets Arthur, his sidekick, who gets fired from his job because he likes wearing this moth outfit, which of course allows him to have superpowers. And the hilarity follows ever since. It has some another great characters. Another one is, of course, American Maid, who's like this anagram of Wonder Woman, though kind of a bit of a sexist addiction at the time, though that's part of the joke as well. And of course, but they still tone down the content for being, like I said, Saturday morning cartoon, so you can't have a Tick coming from an insane asylum. So instead, he's just this weird moron who comes out of nowhere, and it's a lot of fun. Yeah, it's probably the most popular Tick has ever gotten, though he's had more iterations since then, and it's still a classic series to this day. You can actually check the whole series out on Hulu right now if you have a subscription, because Disney owns the rights from the Fox broadcast when they bought Fox's creative content, and part of that is the Tick animated show. So yeah, do check this out. It might honestly be the ways a lot of people actually first heard about the Tick is how I first heard about it. And it's just a classic show from beginning to end, first-rate class, with a voice directed by the great Susan Blue, and featuring greats like Rob Paulson. So yeah, definitely check it out. The Tick, the Animated Series, because that's a true classic superhero cartoon.
My name is Mark McCrae, and I'm the author of The Best Saturdays of Our Lives.
I'm Dan Klink, co-host of the Best Saturdays of Our Lives podcast.
The Best Saturdays of Our Lives features programming trends from the 1966 television season all the way through the last hurrah of the early digital age of the 1990s.
On the show, if it's animated, we talk about it.
Order your signed copy today at tbsool.com.
And listen to the podcast at esonetwork.com and all podcast platforms.
Now it is April 20th, 2023, time for the favorite comic book of the week. DC Silent Tales, number 1 by Gustavo Dorat, which is a great series of cartoony tales featuring everyone from Harley Quinn to Superman to Batman and the Joker, in a nice cartoony style by Dorat, in which, well, like I said, no dialogue outside of the words and like newspapers and stuff like that, and throwing different tales like a Harley Quinn's elaborate way she goes about committing a heist, to Batman trying to start Joker in the art heist, to Superman's problems with having to do his laundry. Each one is perfectly suited for each character, has a nice cartoony humorous bit to it, though it does vary here and there. For instance, Lobo's is kind of almost a horror tale when he's taking on vampire Nazis. But it works perfectly. It's a lot of fun. It's a great little listen to, and also a great showcase for Dorat's art and showing how comic books are really the art should tell the story by themselves. Dialogues like that are icing on the cake that really help it get through, but you can tell a pretty good story just with the art alone. And DC Silent Tales is a prime example. So yeah, you definitely look for more unique takes on the DC universe. Definitely check this one out. And with that, we will conclude with this edition of the Classics. Join me again next week for another edition following in our Tick series. And until then, go and enjoy yourself a good comic book. Or if you want to, check out a classic comic book cartoon with the Tick animated series currently on Hulu.